Hey everybody, I'm back. So I just finished watching Jen's video Josh and I did that video yesterday about her first video post Jeremy, PJ, AJ after Jeremy. So now we're 2 days AJ after Jeremy, because she's, for lack of a better term, divorced herself from Jeremy, right? Okay, great. Josh and I were in Orlando. April 17th was that court date, I think. I know I was in Orlando helping my daughter do her taxes. So that's how I know it was the weekend of April 15th that I was there. So that was like April 17th. We're now May 20-something, 27th, 28th. My birthday was the 23rd, and none of you people wish me happy birthday, but it's okay. But so from April 17th to today, she has divorced herself of Jeremy. She has found a new man, and I love the way she explains it. I found somebody who's interested in me, and I'm interested in them, and they're not weird in any way. They're not married, thank God. She tells it like Little House on the Prairie, like, she's one of the Duggars, and they're doing side hugs in the courtship between Jen and this freak who would involve himself in this train wreck. You're judged by the company you keep. And who would keep that company? So, now she just made this second video, and I just watched the whole thing, and it was the biggest waste of an hour in my life. What did we learn from that video? That Jeremy staged the robbery? That's you spent an hour telling us Jeremy staged the robbery? No kidding. And you didn't even actually provide any proof, which tells me that Jeremy was keeping you in the dark as much as anybody. And we know that, and this is why I say Rania, she's in on that. Like when the insurance fraud people go after Jeremy, they better go after Rania too, because she's just lying, right? And Jen saying, Rania said she had a furka, so a fake burqa, and Jen trips over herself. I'm not a fake label gal. I don't wear fake stuff. You were homeless. You were begging Jeremy to get you hotel rooms at Motel 6. And one of the things I wanted to address, normally I make notes. I didn't make a note today just because these two freaks. Well, I don't want to say his name because he's sending cease and desist letters to Josh and Fraudy and PT. So what should we call him? Mikhail Baryshnikov. Mikhail Baryshnikov. So this guy sends cease and desist letters to Josh and Fraudy and PT. Cease and desist what? A cease and desist is the most cowardly act a lawyer can take. It is a please don't pick on me letter, because it has no weight. The truth shall set you free. As long as you're speaking in fact, you could say whatever you want, right? It's not actually beyond the realm of possibility. I don't know this guy's history. I don't know his family history. I don't know anything. But all I do know is that Jen refers to him constantly as her boyfriend. Jen is referring to this guy as her boyfriend. So then is it a stretch for me to think that he's the guy that she's seeing? No, I'm not making a leap. And you can't send me a cease and desist letter telling me not to say it, because it's based in some sort of truth. I think you should be sending Jen the cease and desist letters, not Fraudy and not Josh and not PT. Is this guy kidding me? Like, what is this guy's deal? First, he went to IA about Vidler because Vidler was picking on Jeremy. Jeremy went to him and said, Vidler's picking on me. It would help me if you went, on my behalf. So this guy doesn't, who knows now, but he says he doesn't know anything. He goes to IA, talks about Vidler. Then supposedly he discovers what and who Jeremy is and wants to distance himself, which, okay, should be the end of it. Until now, everybody wants him to come in and save the day because Amir is such an incompetent that now Amir is the reason Jeremy's in jail. And that leads me to Fraudy's videos yesterday, which part 1 and part 2, if you haven't listened to those things, you got to listen to those things because Jeremy's off the rails. And I don't know the timeline. Josh kind of made me realize or made me think that my timeline's all screwed up because he's off the rails, right? He's yelling at Jen, you got to do this and you got to do that and you got to do this and she has no ability to do anything. She has no standing. She has no standing to do anything. So he's like, you got to call Amir. Amir's not taking your phone call. And Jen says it. She says, and the people in his office are not taking my phone call. But Jeremy doesn't care because as long as he tells Jen, you need to do this and you need to do this and you need to do this. I like when I slam the screen shakes like I'm invigorated. You watch The Office and Jim convinced Dwight that all he had to do was slam the podium when he said things and people would rise up. That's funny. So the heck was I? Oh, so Jeremy's asking her to do all this stuff. And none of it can happen. But as long as Jeremy puts it on her to do those things, if Jeremy gets stuck in jail, now it's her fault. It's not his fault because he asked her to do these things. It's still not his fault. I've said this on these videos before. Somebody said, why do we lie? We lie to improve our situation, right? In that moment. And Jeremy's always looking to improve his situation. In that moment, he never thinks 2 steps down the road. He never thinks A plus B equals C. For as conniving as he is, he's always kicking the can down the road. Problem is, he's kicking that can towards a brick wall. And when that can and he reach that brick wall together, he's going to have a psychological break. And that's what I think I was hearing yesterday in those Fraudy videos. I'm telling you, he's off the rails. He's out of control. I can only imagine what he's like in those 4 walls. Do they have visitors there? Can we go visit him? Because I'm dying to go visit him. He was telling that he was getting letters. He was getting hate mail. If anyone wants to own up to sending Jeremy some hate mail and post a copy of it or email me a copy of it. I put my email now in my description, so some people are emailing me, which is fun. So if anyone wants to own up to sending Jeremy mail, I would love to see that. So you just wonder what's going on between the release of these phone calls and Jeremy today. Like, it's driving me nuts. I got to know what's happening there. Yeah, Michael Barinchnikov, please stop sending cease and desist letters to people because it's just, radio commercials for the NJ diet here in New York or in the tri-state. We have NJ diet. This is actually a kind of a funny story. I won't tell the whole thing, but I wrote a review on Yelp and it was strictly factual. Maybe it wasn't such a great review, but it wasn't awful. I got a cease and desist letter from NJ Diet telling me if I didn't remove my review on Yelp, they were going to sue me. You know how that went. I called the number on the letterhead. I got the lawyer. I told him to take the cease and desist letter and shove it because nothing I said wasn't based in fact, wasn't based in truth. You can say whatever, I always tell my kids, you could say whatever you want to say as long as you say it nicely. And you could say whatever you want to say as long as it's the truth. So I don't want to hear about that guy, and I don't want to hear about cease and desist letters and all this jazz. But Jen is giving us no new information. And I'm actually wondering now if Jeremy has dirt on her. Right? She's setting out to get him, but she's not giving us anything, which almost leads me to believe she doesn't have anything. So, I don't know. But I'm hoping Jeremy has some stuff, because that'll be fun. All right. As always, comment. Tell me that I'm, onto something, or I'm not, or tell me I should talk about something or whatever. But I love doing this anyway. All right. I'll talk to everybody. I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. Safe, sound, happy. Okay. I'll talk to you. Bye.